What's up, everybody? And who we got all in here? Frederico and Jim. Oh, look, even Stone even stopped by. Definitely a show off, huh? We're gonna. This is kind of, I guess, trying to get used to everything. So, but yeah. So we'll see how this all works out. Yeah, I totally had to change. I totally changed a bunch of stuff around. This was a long time coming. It was probably um, November, December, or probably. I started trying to look at stuff and spend all the Christmas money and more, and then totally flipped rooms around. Kicked my wife out and her stuff, and went to another. She went to another room with her stuff, her craft stuff, and we expanded, and then totally changed everything up from there. So it's been a, I wouldn't say a battle, but it's been there. So, and trying to get everything lined up and still working on things. So yeah, it should be showing 60 frames a second now, which should, I don't know if, I guess if everybody can view that type of depending on your screen or whatever device it is. So, but yeah, so still getting OBS set up correctly and how I want it and tweaking things. Haven't done the green screen stuff. I don't know if I am going to do that. The chat, I haven't done the chat stuff, and I don't know if I'm going to do this chat again in the video. I'm just not sure on that. So everything's kind of up in the air. And so this is your first time. Maybe it's a good or bad time. I'm not sure. Well, guess we'll find out. So, but because everything's going to be totally different here. So, but so yeah, we still do. I still have like my desk, if I can get stuff situated. I still got my desk camera and stuff, and I still got to work on the lighting on that one. I'll tell you it sucks right now. So I should have that fixed tomorrow. So, but but it should be we're able to move and a lot better. Oops, if I don't push the button. I got it on auto, so I'll have to change the, hold up 1 second. Yeah, it's focusing on that tag. But yeah, so that's that the dual, and look, this is gonna be all backwards for me. The dual all R3. So I haven't tried to do anything with it. So it's just kind of, I've been too busy doing other stuff, but but that's that. No, if you want to do some Zigbee stuff, I mean, that's we can if you want. I had no plans, so yeah. So that's basically. I don't have a way I can pull in that other side camera. I only have it. So now I did notice. I want to say it was just like one power monitoring chip. So I'm guessing it's probably just going to be one channel again. So the Shelly Motion. Isn't that thing like $45 or something like that? I can't remember. Oh, you look, see, look at it. Even Sour even noticing the small things, right? See, I had a stupid idea was to put a camera just on like the lava lamp for the starting the stream thing, but I was like, screw it, we're just gonna do the whole room. So, and that was kind of what I was planning on doing. But like I say, everything's still up in the air. So. So I still have, we're going to do for the browsing stuff. So what cameras you playing with over there, Sour? Yeah, I like the chat a lot better with this. If I could just reverse it. I don't know if I can do that. So, but we'll see. Yeah, I do have. I did have a. I do have an NVR from Amcrest and one of their AI cameras, and I was able to play with it a little bit, and it looks like you can actually save faces in it and stuff. So, yeah, that was my exact thing when I saw the Kenneth thing. So, um, so I haven't read everything in here. I know there was one big thing I saw. Where was it at? And if it is too small, let's see. Let's zoom this again. I haven't seen. I don't know, Frederico. You know what that one was? That deal. I remember seeing. I remember seeing you posting on there. I don't know what the exact fix was. That I know that they were having an issue with the dimmer going back and forth. So there was one of them I saw. It must have been 930. There was one thing I saw that was going to trip some people up. Yeah, here it is. I know we talked about it before. I'm not going to go beat the dead horse. Is they removed the direct migration. So if you are going to upgrade to 9.3, what are they at, 3 something now? Definitely follow the upgrade flow, and that's in the Tasmota docs. So don't, otherwise you potentially could end up with the brick device, not break device. I hate using that term a lot. I see all that people talking about, hey, the device is brick. Well, no, I would potentially call it bricked if the smoke came out. So, but, so who's working on Tuya now, Frederico? You passed that off? See, I somehow passed it off to one guy, then passed it off to another. So yeah, you could just totally dismantle the light bulb. So you could do like Boiler Boy. I know he's in here. I don't know if you saw on the guide that Boiler Boy posted. And I know it's a lot for a light bulb. I thought it was kind of cool to see some of the stuff that he went through, and he did some good documents of basically taking one of those Treat Life bulbs, and they had I forget what module it was in there, and he swapped the module out and put in a ESP module inside of it. So that was a pretty cool guide that he did. I just posted it on there. So I'm not sure how good I would be. This is the part right here, is pulling that pin off the bottom and then getting it back to connect. I could see that being an issue. So yeah. Now I haven't opened the box. There's another one that Pickle's talking about the BR30. That one's the BR30. That one's a Zigbee one, but the BR30 on the Tekken bulbs, where you could actually get to the pins on them if you pop the top off of them. I know Jim has talked about them, and I think Digital Dam and PCDM. There's a couple of them that were out there doing them. So. Yeah, it was. I think it was like Tekken BR30. Yeah, and I think they wait till they go on sale if you want to do that, and they're not too hard to convert. If you have BR30 fixtures, I want to say they were. Let's see what they were. Last lightning deal was like 30 bucks, but I think it had like a coupon with it too, and they were like $10 or $15 a piece or something like that. So, I gotta open up my other browser right quick. I should probably keep better notes of this stuff, and I'll put them in the description for the people watching later. So, yeah, so I'll see if I can find that picture where they were popping them open. Let's see. Yeah, okay, $10 each. Okay. Trying to find the picture of it when they posted them. If somebody has it, they're quicker than I would. I thought it was kind of a cool picture. If I can find it. Of course, when you're trying to look for something, you can't find it. Nope. Okay. I found them the other day. I couldn't. I don't know. Maybe someone else can send it to me instead of me digging around for it. Yeah. There. Okay. There it is, Marcus. Thank you, sir. There was another one on the other side where they had the pins, but I know you can pop the top off of it, and you can get to the back of it with actually. I think someone they were just talking about how they made a. I know there was a picture of it. It was on. It was on like it was on the Tuya Convert GitHub. SB50 Tekken. Oh, you got the other one on there? And I keep bumping the mic with my hand. There it is. That's the picture I was looking for. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool that you could just unscrew, but the big joke was everyone was asking about how many screws were in the LEDs, the LED panel that sits on top of it. I think they were like missing a screw. Everybody was sitting there missing a screw. But once you pull it off, it slides off of these pins here. And then you can see they labeled it for you, GPIO 0, RXTX, 3v3, and ground. And I think y'all were cutting a like a pin header or something at an angle and just holding it on there while it was flashing. I thought that was kind of cool. Pretty ingenious, low tech, right? So, let's see. I've got too many things open. Yeah, each of them only had 3. Oh, okay, yeah. They did the clips as well. Yeah, that was a good idea too. So, being able to do that. The other big change that I saw on the ESP32 side, but that was back 902. That was it's been a few days or a couple of months. Actually, I went and looked. Beside that little test stream that I think like 4 or 5 of us were in, that I think I was back right before Christmas. That was the last stream I did. So, but we just ran into a lot of different things. But so yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that I saw that, I mean, there was a lot of sensor stuff and everything, but just stuff I'm not using. And there was a retains. Now there was the virtual CT. I remember seeing that. There was that virtual color temperature. I haven't messed with that one yet. So, but other than that, this looks at a lot of the ESP32 stuff going on. What other things we got going on in the news of home automation? I guess I could show messing with. I do want to do. I've been Dead End had helped me out a good bit with this. Was the playing with, if I say it right, Frigate. I know I'm not trying to cuss in some slang term. Yeah. So it was basically a AI type thing, but I do use the AI tool with Deepstack and Blue Iris, and it's a pain. I'll tell you, it doesn't always work as well with some of the stuff. It's because Blue Iris is dumping to another app that then scans it, that then sends it over to another Docker container, and then that sends it back, and then you're sending it to MQTT, and then that's trying to send it back to Blue Iris, and then it's trying to, it seems like too many steps of points of failure. The Frigate stuff is all like kind of, it's more tight knit. And let's see if I can, I'll see if I can pull one up here. Let me go look at it first. Before, make sure nobody was running around naked in my front yard or something like that. Yeah, so this is the, I have it just set for, it is pretty stupid simple to install. There is, I want to say there is an add-on in for the supervisor users, and I just installed the Docker container. Now, there is, before I get to that, there is one thing I want there to talk about, because if you do have there's recommended hardware, and it doesn't take a whole lot, but if you don't have the I use the M.2 Coral, and it's basically one of the Google Coral TPU. Let's see. And there's a USB version, and there's a M.2 version. In the M.2, basically, I stuck it in my server on the motherboard where the Wi-Fi adapter goes. That's set on the motherboard. Or you can get a little adapter board. You can put it in another M.2, or say like an NVMe drive goes, SSD. And also they do make PCIe adapter cards as well. And it's pretty cool that this M.2, like the CPU usage is crazy low with it. And you can run it just if you want to. That's what I did. I played with it before I bought one of the little Coral devices. And it's here, I'm putting that little Coral thing in the chat. I played around with it by just doing one of the CPU detectors, and it does beat on the CPU a good bit, but like right now, I mean, when I see it running, I see like 1 to 2% CPU usage, because it's dropping everything on this little processor right here. So I thought it was pretty cool. They do have a USB version, but I know it's like, I don't even see it in stock. Yeah. I know that, so, but like that would be like for your Raspberry Pi users, like the Coral USB accelerator. Yeah. So they're $60 for the USB version, but if you can find it, that's the thing. So they do have, I know on here there's a dual one, but I know there's like very few motherboards that will support both of those PCIe lanes on the M.2. So I know they talk about that several different times. But once you do that, it is stupid simple the way this thing works. If I can, you just pretty much set it up to the camera and it monitors, and you can see it pulls up the people, and it also does a little clip. And I'm not sure why mine is doing the little like kind of stutter, but it saves a little video clip. And then you also get the person marked on here, and there is a little custom component integration, and it'll dump the JPEG and several different binary sensors. I'll throw it in right quick because I took it out the other day to mess around with it. Integrations. All right. Let's see what we got. Yeah, so I'll just say add to Lovelace on this one. We'll just pick the whole card. So you can see it automatically will put the JPEG straight in there. So you can just grab that straight out, and you could send that straight to a notification or whatever. And it's pretty cool. It shows all the binary sensors on the side. It shows you, like, let's see, I was looking at for bicycles. You can see on this one, it picked up my bike here. And if you want, like, it'll put this is my driveway north bicycle motion. And because I guess I didn't have it in there. Monitoring the binary, it's not going to show the history. But when I was playing with it, I thought it was kind of pretty much stupid simple to install this thing. There was a little bit of a learning curve on the YAML side in the actual Frigate setup, but the documentation's fairly good. So, what you got, Pickle? The neural compute stick. Yeah, I hadn't messed with that one on Deepstack, so. But definitely if you wanting to play around with some of the AI stuff and pick up people and whatever, I thought it was pretty simple to do. You can see it does a pretty decent job on picking people up. Now I did notice it only picks up, it's not gonna like Deepstack. I only see it pick up one person at a time. But I'm pretty much, it's nailed stuff every single time. Even, people running and riding stuff. And, so it does pretty decent. So I thought, and, you can set like the rotations. There's some people getting an ice cream truck, I guess. So, but then you can set. There was an easy way. I haven't messed with it on doing. You could do like different masks, and I believe it kind of like makes like a different camera type. I believe if you want to like just section off what section. Yeah. So they do have. It's like I say, it's very new in the development side of things, I'll say, because the GUI, they didn't really even have the GUI at all. And that was kind of one of my hangups. Now, I don't think it's totally going to replace like Blue Iris for me, but can it complement it? I think absolutely. And because it's going to totally change like getting some notifications to me. And because I could just pop in, just use the notifiers inside of Home Assistant, whether, and send some, I don't know if you want to do actionable notifications or just send the JPEG or whatever. And because it sends over the snapshots through MQTT over to Home Assistant. So it makes it easy to traverse like whatever your VLANs you have and everything. So, so yeah, you can do a full recording. Let's see, front yard. You can do a full recording. You can do, I haven't messed with that yet because I don't need it. I'm recording on my, Blue Iris stuff. And, so there was in here, there was places in here you could have it do 24/7 recording. And of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. But yeah, most of the now the only I say the some people will find the downside is it's going to be all YAML for pretty much all your configuration. But they do have a lot of stuff in here for it's pretty well copy and paste on like, hey, you want this, you want that, and it's pretty easy to put in here. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Yes, there's mask and zones. Of course, I'm not going to find the. There you go. You can do 24/7 recordings if you want, and you can the motion and the events when it records the clips. You can make that go longer. I think I left it at like 15 seconds. Does it support audio? I don't know. I think that front, does that front one? Let me see that front one has, I don't know if it has audio on that camera or not. I don't think that one does. Yeah, I don't see the audio on there. Let's see. I'm not seeing audio on there. I don't know if I was setting it as record to record the audio. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm sure somebody has had to have asked that. Audio. How do I get sound or audio in my clips? There you go, Pickle. By default, Frigate removes audio to reduce the likelihood of invalid data. If you'd like to include audio, you need to override the outputs to remove the -an. So there you go. So you can do it. So right there. So like I say, definitely go around and play in because they have the installation. Yes, there's a Docker container for it. There's for like they had it straight in Unraid for the Unraid folks. I just went through and just hit install on it. The HAS site, there's a HAS OS. I'll say it right. I don't know, or whatever name they're calling it these days. I'll go with what they have written here. HAS OS add-on. The custom component will be for getting that stuff into there. Now the way I'm doing it, Stone, is I just connected to the camera with the same camera. So Blue Iris is connecting to that camera. Well, then I just had Frigate connect to that same camera. And I've had no issues. I'm doing it with just a couple Amcrest cameras right now. And I am using the substream for the detection, but then for much like what I do with Blue Iris, where I'm using the substream for the detection and the motion. And then with the recordings, I'm using the full sensor, whatever it might be, 4K or whatever. So, yeah. So some and that's a good thing, Mark. I know some cameras will show like the bit rate and how many connections they can do for like maximum connections. Some of them go by, hey, like the max we can send out is like 10 megabit. Just try it. You'll know right offhand how quickly you'll bog it down. I don't know. For Blue Iris, I like being able to have some of the interface stuff with it and monitoring multiple cameras. So it really just depends on your use case of what you're wanting to do. It all really depends. So, oh really? So you can't record audio from cameras? Oh, I guess I could see that being an issue with some. I guess, and see this where I'm at. It's you can record. You can actually record phone conversations as long as one party knows about it. So if you're the one on the phone, you can record that conversation without telling the other person. In my area, so I guess that makes. Yeah, I know. Definitely check, because I've seen some people post on different countries, and they even talked about that it was illegal to even record your neighbor if they were in their front yard. I'm like, but that doesn't make sense to me, because you could just be standing in your front. There could be a kid standing in the front yard or standing in the sidewalk recording a TikTok video, and then they're recording their neighbor in the background. That's illegal. So, that's just, I know, I thought that was weird. Like, you can't record your neighbor's property. And like, my neighbors actually like it. They're like, man, you got all them cameras over there, and they look. Can you look at the footage from this morning? So yeah, I've had that multiple times, for different things. So kids doing junk and whatever. So they enjoy the cameras recording it on the corner. So yeah, Frigate's pretty cool. So I don't know. I don't think Dead End's in here. I know he's in one of the Discord, and he's been bothering. I say bothering me, but he's been pushing me to do it for a while. So, see, now you got me wondering, like, what is this? That was at 12 o'clock. Oh, okay. I didn't even know the doorbell. I don't know if I was home then. So, okay. You can see I don't have my notifications set up yet. I've been just playing with this. That's the whole thing of doing things. So, the latest beta update for HA. So yeah, we'll jump to that, Frederico. Yeah, I do want to talk about that. I'm glad you reminded me. But you don't think Frigate can replace Blue Eye? See, you can't. I mean, it just depends on what you want. If you're used to using the Blue Iris app on your phone, and because now you're not going to have that app, it's going to be like web-based on your phone. Maybe your significant other is not going to like that. I haven't tested, doing 24/7 recording like I do with 4 or 5 cameras, and doing different motion things. So I do want to get more into that. So I think it can in due time. I guess I want to, because I like when I'm working from home, I'll pull up like a grid of like 4 or 5 cameras on just a web browser in Blue Iris, and it shows kind of immediately around. I can see what's going on, and it also helps me be able to see outside instead of in the room. But yeah, I do. Actually, I do have it on an indoor. I am using just for I do it for testing. Really, is just testing the AI tool stuff. But you could use it inside. There's a bunch of different items you can go and pick. So you can have it do like bicycles, like even has like bananas and toilets, and so you could use it to like, if something changes in the view, you can use it for different automations like that too. One of them I thought was trying to do like I've seen like a trash can being there and then move and not be there. So, but is it? Yeah, they aren't taking cookies. even, yeah. So I did find it a lot easier for setup versus the thing. Yeah. For yeah, absolutely. It is if you have issues with motion sensors and like I say, your pet's setting it off and you just want people to set up the motion sensor, this would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. So yeah, we did talk about this and we're kind of jumping things. And if y'all want to bring up some Frigate stuff later, that's fine. I have really no plan. The one we were talking about, I know we talked about it in the Discord a few days ago, was the fan stuff. Yeah, so that was the big change. And I know a lot of us have those fan controllers that have the 4 speeds. Well, technically 5 if you're going to count off. So, but that definitely is a big change. I haven't gone through and pulled, I do have on my development, but I haven't done it on my fan controller just yet. So, and I know it would help out. Hey, what's up, Amelia? If I'm saying it right. If I didn't, just chalk it up as I butcher names all the time. So that I know there was in here, there was it was in here about the fan where they could use like 50%. Because my immediate first question was, could you do it with where is it at? Voice assistants. Yeah, there it is right here. This is what I was reading. Is set it to 20%. Now, one question I had on it, if anybody's played with this, is what if you say a percent that you don't have? That was my question, because now I got to remember like all those percentages that I have, or will it automatically round up or round down? Has anybody messed with this yet? And maybe it's down at the bottom if I hadn't read. So, but it does look like they're going to be backwards compatible for a little bit. So, yeah. So, yeah, I could see turn the fan to 21.375%, right? So, I did not see that was anything else that was major in there. Did you, Federico? That I know I chalked up as not. I always jump to the breaking changes. I'm like, okay, what's going to be breaking for me? And I immediately saw the fan and template fan, and then I saw MQTT lights, and that was really about it for me so far. But the MQTT light looks like it's just with something with the transitions. So yeah, the fans really that one's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to redoing my stuff on the fan, because the wife sometimes likes to use that I call it super low. So maybe I could call that one 1%. So MQTT payloads. You know, there's one thing I would like to see them do, Federico. And maybe someone can say, "Oh, well, no, you can't do that, or you can do it like this." Is in MQTT, was it light or maybe it was? Yeah, we can do it with light. Let's do it light. Where's it? Where's an example? Oh, hell, I know one. There's that fan controller. Yeah, I haven't messed around with the blueprint stuff. I don't do a whole lot of automation stuff inside Home Assistant, so I guess I've kind of bypassed that. Here's what I wanted that I wish you could do is there for the state. Let's see right here on the same thing for the fan. I guess it'd be the same thing for the fan and same thing for light. Is you can send over I wish you could define payload, because you can only see the payloads right here. You can only define is payload low, medium, and high, right, for fan right now in the current production version. And same thing goes for, make it easier, let's just talk about the on and off of it. And so the command is, sends a command and it goes on power 1. And it sends it an on or off. But in some cases, we ran into this with doing some sensors, some template sensors, or say template devices, I wouldn't say sensors, is the ability to do a payload, define a payload of on that's just for the command. So it'd be like kind of like you have, let's see, make this easier. Instead of me trying to explain it. So say, for instance, you had, oh, thanks, Rick. Wow. Thank you, sir. Definitely, I do appreciate it. Thank you, sir. She's supposed to throw in like a difficult question with that one, So then you really stump me with a question. But thank you. And let's see, for payload, yeah, I would like to do. Yeah, I'll share that. I guess I should have. What I would like to do just to make this easier, I'm going to take these out because I know we're talking about fans, and I don't want that to. This would just be like a light, right? And that would be pretty much it, because you have the state of the light being on or off, the command, availability, topic, etc. And technically, to move these out of the way, because you technically don't need them, but you should put them, is I would like to be able to put payload on the state and have payload on command. Because say, for instance, there's some weird device that it wants a, it wants a 1 or a 0. But yet it sends back an on or an off as the state, but to turn it on or off, you got to send a 1 or a 0. So I wish you had this ability to do, you could define your payloads. It would make things a lot easier for like some 3-way switches. It would actually make the fan a little easier to do, because you can feed it something and get something back instead. So, and I don't know if that's totally possible without some crazy breaking change pull request in Home Assistant, but I thought it'd be kind of cool. Like an echo. What do you mean an echo? I'm trying to see. Here's another example of. Oh, okay. So that apparently it's been talked about. Yeah, because one of the issues I would like to do is, like, for a 3-way, I would like to just send, like, to turn it on and off, just send a toggle, because there's really no on or off on the relay on a 3-way switch. Yeah. The workaround was to manipulate, which was kind of a pain. It was to manipulate it using like an automation or Node-RED or something like that to kind of train it, but it puts the middleman in. So it'd be kind of cool being able to just being able to define what you're going to get back as a payload and then what you're going to send as a payload. Otherwise, but because you have to keep it the same. That's the reason why I did this one like this, is the payload low speed is 3,1 because we're sending to a DPI, the data point ID in the Tuya secondary MCU for the 1, 2, and 3. And then the rules, I had to keep that the same. Is so the rules, it actually sends back a payload 3,1, 3,2. So it was kind of a workaround to try to do that because you had to have the matching payload that you send, the matching payload you get back. So yeah, I need to talk to you about how to do the enum stuff on that fan stuff correct. I was trying to mess with that a while back. Yeah. So yeah, Dave, if you ESP homes, but see, you still running MQTT issues, and yeah, I do MQTT with ESP home, so I run my stuff different. Yeah, I may take you up on that for Rico. I got a lot of stuff maybe around, I don't know, your time zone, lunchtime. I may get time to sneak in something after. I got a lot of stuff in the morning to take care of with work. So yeah, the work stuff. So, but yeah, if you are looking for a cool fan controller. Yeah, I know. If you are looking for a cool fan controller, if you want to talk about that, Sour, I'm more than happy to. I thought it was a cool little thing you did. If you're looking for a good fan controller, I do like these. There's one little issue I found. If you push the light and then, like, say my son leave the light and the fan on, and you go and you hit light, and you would think, boom, hit light and hit fan, cut them both off, right? If you hit them too close together, and the order being light and fan, for some reason, the light will turn back on at like 50%, but yet the status of the switch doesn't show the light is on. But if you hit fan then light, it works fine. So that's the only little thing. So, but other than that, I love it. There's no having to drop, change capacitors for 120 volts. There's wall control, so it meets that rule for me. It's a pretty cool little thing, and it's ESP based. They do make one that is just fan, but it does not have an ESP chip. But if you're up to doing a transplant, you can do the transplant on it. So it's not too bad to do transplant on it. I did a transplant on a three-way dimmer, my first one, and it turned out pretty good. It worked first shot too. So yeah. So Boiler Boy is doing another write-up on that one. So I do thank him for that. Eventually I will, so I get a few things out of the way, I will do, because I think it's pretty cool doing the transplant with the change it out. It's like, it's that ultimate, I just want to say the F word, but it will just kind of not get flagged by YouTube. But it's just the ultimate, sticking it back to the man type thing. It's more that satisfaction than Tuya convert of taking things. It's you've physically changed it, made it work. So yeah. So you can flash these. You can either do it like with a jig, or you can do it soldering. There is one change to it, Dave. This one has the reset, and that grounding the reset basically means that secondary MCU is not going to boot. But some people have found using that trick that I talked about with the dimmers, with that CP2102, works, as well as if you undervolt it, works. And I think the ESP chip will allow down to 2.8 volts. And the reasoning behind when I talk about the undervolt, I think that secondary MCU, it wigs out. It's expecting 3.3 volts, but you're only feeding it like 2.8, and so it doesn't boot up. And then you're able to flash the ESP chip. So yeah, when you left those pads. So in-wall backup switching during that. The power came back on and off. Oh yeah, that's the I've seen that. I think it's I know Veli. Oh, weird. Okay, so they wouldn't. Oh, I wonder if that was because were they in access point mode? I don't know. I've heard of that before. I wonder if that's because were they in access point mode? Mac, yeah, I have tried that because, I, and maybe Federico can answer more. I don't know if you can if the buttons work in access point mode. So, I'm not sure. Yeah, that set option 65. If it keeps going on and off with 7 or 8 times. Yeah, I did try the Deepstack, not a Docker container, but just doing the Deepstack Windows service and using the GPU, and it worked okay. But I just didn't. I was bumping some of the CPU up on my Blue Iris PC as well, and I had it giving a better response time off of my non GPU, which was a Ryzen 3600, I believe. So yeah, so it does work. And the new version of AI actually will be like a watchdog basically with that deep stack Windows. It actually will start it up for you and stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, that the Stone the 50 Taz that yeah, that same thing here. Is if you that that Wi-Fi config too will help you and hurt you in some ways. So, um, so Sour's talking about this was a cool little. So Frederico's going to have to close his eyes, and Daniel can talk about this one in. Let's see. This was is if I were quote me if I mean fix my I can't speak tonight now. Basically, they're doing a smart plug to update the dynamic DNS for Duck DNS. So, oh, thank you, Dave. I guess it'd be Dave A. What's the AA2? I don't. Or is that Davia? How do you want to say it? Federico, you just we'll be real quick. You can just go get a drink or something. See. Um, and I see maybe Federico will do a driver in Tasmota to do an HTTP request because they couldn't do it because there was no HTTP request. And basically, it pulls Duck DNS, and then I guess that's Sours all fixed it all up. Yeah, it updates every 3 hours and on boot, and also if you go hold the button. Where was that at? I remember seeing that. There was like a time. There it is right there. Is the minimum maximum length right there. So it does the update IP and it will push another request. It's just an HTTPS request. It just pushes the Duck DNS and it updates your IP address. I think he was doing it like at a relative's place or something like that. And so it was pretty cool to be able to just put a smart plug over there. So, yeah, Mac, there is look in the. Don't use the latest release of the AI tool. Go look in some of the threads on the issues threads. The developer is always posting versions of the AI tool, and like he'll just post like a zip on like a issue, and go look for it. Like sort them by like all of them, even if they're closed and like last updated, and go kind of scan through them. I guarantee you'll find something of the developer posting a compiled version of AI tool that has all that integrated with the Deepstack stuff. So. And I have no booze. Mine's just root beer. So. But so yeah, I thought it was kind of cool being able to use a smart plug for doing a duck DNS request. Um, I don't know. It looks like he banged on the keyboard or something like that for the token. I think ASDF or something like that. So yeah, I know about all the power issues as well. We were out with power from Monday. Teddy doesn't like YouTube. Yep. Yeah, let me post that link for you right quick. It was like AI. It's like VOL. Yeah, here it is. Is Vorlon, and see his last release was October 30th, and if you look, I guarantee you, me just digging through here, I guarantee you, you'll find somebody that has a like a latest version or something. And yeah, look, someone's even asking, "Where's the latest build?" And yeah, see, looking through the comments, click unzip. Look, here he goes. 14 days ago, he posted 2.070. So yeah, so this is, if you've used the one by General Pumpkin, the General Pumpkin, I don't say he abandoned it, but this guy picked it up and just, he been running like crazy with it. And it's totally just a huge different over the previous version, and he's been adding all kind of stuff to it. Yeah, you'll see. But yeah, it's a lot of good reading right there in that the GitHub right there. So definitely a cool place to get your stuff. And eventually, if it's, I'll do kind of a because a lot of stuff is easier, and I do want to show kind of a quick little how to do it with for everyone, not even Home Assistant users, because people don't understand Docker containers and all that stuff, and doing Portainer, and they just do it on a Windows PC and just throw it like right next to Blue Iris. So that was kind of and then you could add on to if you wanted to, but then I started messing with Frigate, and I was like, ugh. So Frigate's pretty slick. So what we were gonna jump to something. That was about it. So yeah, so if you see sour in the if you don't have the Discord link, I think that's gonna pop the link. We'll see if the bot is in there. Yeah, nope. Yeah, I did fix my Stunnel, Sour. I do appreciate that. I guess it's been so long since the bot is not. But see, look, we have a cool little discord.digiblur.com. There you go. That'll get you straight to Discord if you don't know it. So what else we got? What else we got going on? I've got, we were right at 1 hour, so it's 9:30. I'm trying to roll out another 15 minutes. So if there's any questions, fire away. Anyone using Starlink? I wish. I'm too far south. You see that word? I'm too far south. Oh yes, I do. Hold up. I gotta be able to pull it up on my other screen. I hope it gets here. Oh look, Federico sent me a message. Oh, there it is. Yeah, if you send me something on Discord, don't think I'm ignoring you. I don't get the notification because it's on that streamer mode. Unless I look over, I won't see the notification. Watch, it's gonna make me log. It's gonna log me out. Damn it. Why does it keep doing? Why does it keep doing that? Is what safe? Rambozo? I ordered one. Yeah, probably. I did order one, Frederico. They do say they're in stock on March 3rd. So, and they were $8. It's the ESP32C3. So, I've got shit tons of Zigbee stuff if you want to do that, but I got time to dig into all that right now. So, well, maybe that another day we'll do the Zigbee extravaganza or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, you're probably a little further north for me. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that on the ESP32 on the Ethernet. And see, I'm so glad we cannot post GIFs in the chat. I'm so glad. Where's Teddy? But the ESP32C3, yeah, it's a cool chip, but sometimes it's not a cool chip. The price is going to be pretty good, and it is, where's the ESP32C3? We talked about it before. It's a RISC base, and they were first saying it was pin-to-pin compatible. It's not. But it looks like they're going to do pin-to-pin compatible modules. So much like the competition you see with that WB3S, that module that Treat Life has been changing to, then you'll see also some of the same modules, but it'll be ESP-C3. But with that, we'll let it rise. Hour will be good. But with that, there's also the security side of it, much like the other ESP32s have. Basically, they can. What they say was like they could sign the flash, and they could also lock with the eFuses the flash. So even if you could physically access the chip, well, you still couldn't flash it. So we would probably have to do a transplant of some sort. So yes, Seth, I do have plans to flash or attempt to. I just haven't dug into it yet. They also have the other, they have a new Zigbee dongle, but it's based on the same chipset as the Sonoff Zigbee bridge. It does have direct support with ZHA. So, what's the 4 more? Yes, you're right, Boiler. Yeah, you can flash it, but of course it's looking for a different encryption. So, yeah, let me see. I posted a picture of it the other day in Discord. Hold up. I don't want to pull up all my kid pictures and whatever other crap they took pictures of my phone. Oh, I got safe stuff. I got safe stuff on here, so we're good. If I can get the pop back in without, well, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take some pictures of it and post it on Discord. So yeah, the module, it was funny. Nobody noticed I posted this picture, and they were all asking about the module, but never looked at the blue box. That was funny. But it is the same MG21, and that's the MG21. It's the same chip that is on that Sonoff bridge, and you'll notice that's just going to be a PCB antenna. But it's better than that CC2531 piece of garbage that they were selling before, so I had to give them that. It's a decent chipset for doing Zigbee, but it is, I want to say that chip is 20 dBm, but being it is only a PCB antenna, I'm not sure how that's going to impact it. So, yeah. So I know the people that, which I know were the, I forget how you say it, the Seish one or whatever, was back in stock. The Congo line, yes. I'll show you the. If you haven't looked, I threw that in there. That was in the Unify 6LR video. Just go. I stuck it in there about number of devices. So, where is it at? Support it. What do I need? Zigbee adapter. This one was back in stock. Let's see if it's still in stock. Yes, it is still in stock. If you're interested. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Sour got it. Someone posted a, go look in there was like a Hey Sammy 2021 or something. It was like $3 or $4 off. There was like a code that someone posted for this stick. So if you're wondering, this does work with Zigbee2MQTT, which is quite literally the bomb.com. So yeah, there it is. Hey Sam, yeah, look, I had it right. It's Hey Sammy 2021. I think it was like somebody said it was his nephew that was born or something like that. So, but is it support Portish? I don't know. We were flashing it with the coordinator software that comes with Zigbee2MQTT. So I'm not sure whatever. I mean, it's just whatever firmware will support that supports that chip. You could flash it, I guess. So, but yeah. See that. They do have this other one as it's available. It's this bigger board, and now one thing you're gonna get over it. It does have this. This has the sub frequencies of Zigbee, and it does have a secondary. It does have a port on it. If I can zoom into it. Yeah, but. Yeah, it does have a port on there, but you'll notice right here, this 0 ohm resistor, you would need to, basically much like the Wemos D1 Mini Pro for the external antenna, you do have to desolder that and basically kind of rotate that 0 ohm to light up this antenna port if you wanted to. So, the 2.6, what was the R1? Yeah. Oh, that's a capacitor there. Okay. I know I read the doc. They were talking about rotating that over. So, okay. Well, I do. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay. So this one does have the higher power. It might wonder. Oh, yeah. So okay. So yeah, don't lose this SMD capacitor here. Yeah. I mean, this is pretty. I mean, look, I know everybody has seen these. Well, I'll probably show my age here. The I don't think you can call them that anymore. Is the master in the other term for on IDE that they've gotten rid of in some programming languages. But yeah, it's very small. I mean, that's super small. I mean, there's the USB connector. So that's super small. Yeah, don't lose it. But my thing is, it seems like with Zigbee, if have a lot of power for a typical network is not really needed. And I'm meaning RF power. but to have better ears than a PCB antenna, absolutely, I think. But if you were blasting full 20 dBm with a full big antenna, it just seemed like you're making a higher noise floor further away. So, yep. Yeah, I can only imagine that you put a 9 dB plus the RF front end on that thing. That's got to be nuts. But luckily, you can go and turn you can turn things down in the configuration of Zigbee2MQTT. So if you're not wondering like what is Zigbee2MQTT, I got a bunch of stuff in here, but this is my little play. Everything isn't named. And I don't have a lot of stuff. The map, right? While I ramble at the map load, it'll probably give me a bunch of errors because I have a bunch of stuff added that's not on right now. Wow, that's crazy. It seems like you could bridge that super easy. This is the Zigbee2MQTT dashboard. When I say the dashboard, the GUI. This is called the experimental GUI, and it's pretty cool. I'm using. Actually, I was able to pick up. I'm probably getting a little ahead of myself, but I did while that runs. No, it's actually all in. If you look at the, I think I have that YAML, the secrets done correct on that one, so I'll show you. If you run Zigbee2MQTT, and I do thank Teddy Matt for showing me that. Where's the supported adapters? I'm using the ZZH right now, but he's been out of stock for a while, and I know he's waiting on like everybody else, logistics of ICs in the world combined with the Chinese New Year really screwed things up. So I know he's still waiting on stock. So, but I did get one of these back in January. So I'm trying to do a little comparison of things of various USB sticks. So many unnecessary GUIs. Actually, I love the GUI of here. Like I say, my map is going to be kind of screwed up. Yeah, so it's some stuff is connected and not connected because I have a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have just sitting in there. I do like the dashboard. You can just go ahead and change stuff and pop in and you can click on stuff. Yeah, Dr. Watson 32. That's a trip. That's what you intended your name to be. A nice play there. So yeah, I do like being able to see this little dashboard here because you can do all your little settings and you can change some of the stuff in here. It's pretty simple. You can do, like I was trying to join something earlier, you can turn that off and on without having to edit the YAML file and stuff. So, Sud America. Let's see. An official unpair? Yeah. When you go in here, you can hit, like if you want to hit delete on one of these, just hit remove device, and you can do a force remove, and then you can say block it from joining again. But I think if you don't check those, it needs to be on. It's going to try to do the remove, and otherwise it just deletes it. So, yeah. So that's Zigbee2MQTT in there. Let me go pull up my YAML for that right quick. There's a feature you had to turn on. Let me pull it up. Let me look at my other screen before I yank it over there. Where it is. Make sure I hit all my junk. Zigbee2MQTT. Configuration. Notepad. All right. So all you need to do is you do need to turn on experimental and do the, I want to say it was, why does it say new API? I don't know why it says new API in mine. Well, that's not going to paste in there. Yeah, I was trying to buy some of the dongles from the ZZH and do a bulk order of them and then just flip them back around. And no, I'm not trying to make a profit or anything. Just basically trying to save on a bunch of shipping. But he's just out of stock on it. So yeah, if you do, like, let me pull this over here for you, Mark. If you're using Zigbee2MQTT, I know it had to do something in experimental, and then there's a front end port 9442. And let me see if I can find it. I know they had it in the docs. Zigbee2MQTT, and then it was front end port. Yeah, here, look right here. You can enable, there it is right here, Mark. It's all straight in there. It's built in. Just go put in the front end. And if you are using, of course, the Docker container, you will need to pass that port to your port mapping through to your Docker container. So, but it does work great. So, yeah, I didn't either. And then Teddy's like, "Oh, you're using the front end?" And there was another tool you could use before. So, but it's pretty cool. So, what else? Dr. Watson was asking capacitive touch buttons. If you look, go actually sort my videos back. Like that was probably from the very first ones, Dr. Watson. Sort them by date. Let's see. I see if this still works, Pickle. YouTube, digiblur.com. Yep, that works still. Yeah, so if you do videos and then sort by oldest, you should find, this is like my second one, was doing some PIR stuff on like a Sonoff Basic. And then there's a PIR and a temperature sensor on, I think it was like a little KU LED switch, which is like the same as the GoSuns now. And so, yeah, that's some of the older ones. So they're a little cringeworthy, but, hey, if you're looking for fun, drink a little bit and, watch some of the old cringeworthy stuff. So when I didn't know what the word white balance was. So don't pick on me too much. At some point, can we talk about how to add a device to Zigbee to Tasmota? Yeah, we definitely need root beers. So, which implementation? Is that using Zigbee Tasmota? Is that what that one is? I do want to run through all of that. Unsupported ZHA. Because that's one of the things I want to run through is doing, like, because a lot of people don't know, like, what is ZHA, what is Zigbee2MQTT, what's the differences, and what else? The Zigbee with Tasmota. So, no, I just like to pick on myself on some of the older ones. So, it's good to go back and see how things have changed. So, the goggles aren't thick enough yet. See, I'm not a like massive like beer drinker. I, I'll drink like one beer and then that's like maybe two and that's it. And I just don't drink a whole lot of carbonation stuff. Now, like a mixed drink now that's we're on with the mixed drinks. So now, what method are you using, Boiler Boy? Are you using the Sonoff Bridge in Zigbee to the Tasmota Zigbee, or are you using ZHA? So, yes, absolutely. Love some Long Island iced tea. So, but Tasmota, is it? See, look, it all sounds the same to me. Tasmota. I guess it just sounds like I got to put the other t at the end. Tasmota. So, and you'd be surprised how many people pick on that on the comments, which is hilarious. But I just run with it. So, so what else did we miss out on, or anything? I've got a few more minutes. I do appreciate everybody hanging around. Oh, in ZHA you have to use the yeah. Yeah, if you're using which I think I even showed it in that video. If you're using NHA, you just add it in there. Is the Zigbee and HA similar? Which I'm not familiar with. Is there a good read you can point to? Which the Zigbee I was just talking about? That's Zigbee2MQTT. If you scroll back up in the chat up there, you'll find the link I sent to Mark about the front end, but you can just kind of start in that documentation. So, but it only supports some adapters. So, and it fits some of what I look for is I don't like to have dependencies on Home Assistant, and I haven't had the issue as of recent, but MQTT is the core of like my home automation. And then you can say home assistance over here. And then, the switches hang off, everything hangs off of MQTT. So if I cannot have to go through Home Assistant to go to Zigbee, then if I can just hit it straight with MQTT, that's like awesome. So like, for instance, a good use case is I could do a long press on, say, a smart switch, or use Frederico's cool little multi-press, I don't know if he's still here, and do a rule that would actually send straight to Zigbee2MQTT to turn that, lamp or smart bulb or whatever on. So, the repeat rate, the cooldown period, I guess you could do with a rule. You could actually ignore the repeat rate if you wanted to make a longer cooldown. You could set a timer. I'm thinking with a rule is that because it's the binary, and once it triggers, you could set a rule that would start a timer that would you could turn off possibly. I look at one of the rules, but just an idea in theory is you could set a timer to not send out additional triggers after that. So, yeah, I'm not trying to discredit all the work that's done in ZHA, but I did find Zigbee to, you're doing Zigbee to Tasmota. I do find that works a lot better for people as well. You want it as fast as possible. I think the cooldown, it's like, 7 seconds? The AM312, that was pretty, I want to say it was pretty fast. The cooldown on it. I think it was like, I want to say it was like 7 seconds or something. I want to say. And of course, we'll find some crazy data sheet. Yeah, that one clears pretty fast. It was like called the. I keep bumping the mic. I'm sorry if it's bumping the thing. Trigger time? I can't seem to find it right now. There used to be one. Maybe this is it. It says blocking time is 2 seconds. It can be repeated. I want to say it was pretty quick though. It was like 4 or 5 seconds. That was one of the things I liked about it. It would trigger just a lot. That was one of the things I liked about it. Are you not getting it to trigger fast? If you're using it with an ESP, of course, make sure you're setting that pin as like switch 1 or switch 2, whatever it may be, but use a N on it. The N means non-pull-up because once the sensor boots, it pulls down when there's no motion, and you don't need it trying to get pulled up all the time. So, do you have a lot of backlogs? If there's a backlog delay set option, you can change to cut out some of the delays with the backlogs, Caleb. So, but yeah. Some of the motion sensors are not that great on the clear time, I've got several I wanted to look at when we do kind of some Zigbee extravaganza stuff. I wasn't one of the lucky winners to review any of the Shelly motion stuff, but I don't know. I think it's kind of that's a little pricey for motion sensors. So, and if they would fix their MQTT, maybe too. But all right. Well, what else? Their door sensors suck. Most Wi-Fi door sensors do suck. I'll tell you that. So, yeah. I'll just stick with the Zigbee stuff on the door sensors, and I will continue to milk my Wise sensors as well. Wow, 12 seconds. You could run in the bathroom and take a leak real quick and run back out within that time, and the lights wouldn't even turn on. So that'd be great for in the morning, right? But yeah, some older people may not have issues with the 12-second thing. So, and they're sour again, going, "Oh my God, how many beers he's gonna drink now?" So, yes, I did the trig board. I do want to do recovering a Y sensor, sour. I did buy one of those boards that they talked about on the Wise forum, but that's a whole another day, another dollar. So, but was it this one? Has things changed? November 4th. Yeah, the CC1310. And I'll leave people that have dead Wise sensors. I hope you didn't throw them away, because possibly you can. Oops, wrong button. This one. I need to make them different colors. Hopefully you didn't throw them away, because you can recover them using. There's the little read sensors there. So, but of course, I think this board was like $40 or something like that. I'm off the screen again. Where is it at? I'm zoomed way out. Oh, I think it was with shipping. It was like around $40, but it's $30 board. Then it's like shipping, but I think they ship out of Texas or something like that, out of Dallas area, I believe. So, but I figure I'll milk a lot of my Wise sensors until then. And if you don't know, don't let your if you got a bunch of Wise sensors, don't let the batteries get down below like 80 something percent. Go change the batteries. Once they die, they die. Like they like the software bricks in them. So they're still great sensors, but nobody don't make them anymore. Maybe recover them and then sell them on eBay, right? There you go. You could just do look, Sour, you could become a pro on recovering all the Wise sensors that people brick, and you could just do a Wise sensor recovery service. So there you go, right? All right, everybody, it is 10 p.m. Central for me. Let me know. Shoot whatever on the comments and likes or whatever it may be. And I see people going to be dropping off here. And I've changed stuff up with the live stream here. So we'll see if that button works when I hit the see you later button. But we'll talk to everybody soon. And y'all take care. And if this was worth it on the new setup, let me know. Hopefully it will be, because I'll show my new working area later. So, but that's it. Good night. And y'all take care. Is it straight?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're not dancing on the tower.
Can you stay up there? And when I get down, come down, okay? No!
Wait. Where's the girl? Housekeeping.
Housekeeping!
Stop. Somebody's in the room next to us.